Fitting a new hands-free mic into the car.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So I've had a package arrive today from Martin Lynch & Sons, and in that package, I've just got to grab it, was this. This is the third one of these that I've bought from Martin Lynch & Sons, and this is a hands-free microphone. Now the first one, that is doesn't work anymore. It's kind of fell apart, and I've also had it in bits, and I swiped the potentiometer off it. The second one, I wasn't able to completely remove that from the previous car, so I kind of know where that might be. And I've had to buy a new one to put into the current car. So this is basically what you get in the kit. You get the microphone itself, which is quite obviously this part. The switch box that goes over the gear stick or whatever you can get it over, or in the case of my last car, I just took this box apart and just drilled a hole in a replaceable piece, which I never got to replace for reasons. And yeah, could do that with it, or just leave it like that. It goes on a gear stick, connects to the radio. This one's designed to connect to Yaesu 6-pin microphone radios. And the quirk with these on the FTM-400 is that there's an up and down button on these, which I think's part of it's like little heritage for CB. And unfortunately, if you were to use those up and down buttons to try and change the channel, those don't work. It sends a 4 and a 7 respectively. Bit of a quirk, but that's just how it works. It actually does say on the back of the box, up and down key not applicable to some models. You also get set of rubber bands in there to attach it to the gear stick, and the microphone's audio feed is done via this little phono connector. So that's a standard connector, so if that breaks, you can just, that shouldn't be difficult to replace. There's also the foam windshield that comes with that as well. It's not a dead cat, so don't use it in a convertible because you'll just get wind noise. Yeah, but these are, well, this was £30 at the time of filming, but I think they're normally about £40. I think they've gone up a bit. And it's not difficult to connect it up. Just connect it to whatever transceiver you're connecting it up to. In this case, it's wired for the Yaesu radios. Some, not all. I'm not sure which ones this works with, apart from the 400, which is what I bought it for. And you can get these from other radio suppliers as well, wired for CB radios. So if you've got CB radio in the car, you can have one of these instead of the normal microphone. There is another item that I bought. Just seeing if I can spot it. And that is a microphone extension cable. Its part number is MEK5, I believe. I'll check the box that it came in. Yep, mic extension kit MEK5, and it's actually a Yaesu product. It's actually a proper Yaesu part. And it came with this little thing. I'll get that out of the bag and I'll show you that, because the cable is not too far away. I can just see it now. But it came with this little, it's like a splitter for the connector that's on the radio and, well, some phones actually. So that would presumably allow you to plug two microphones in at once. Whether you'd want to do that or not is a different matter. And the cable itself is here. It's just in this bag. It's about 3 meters long, and the reason why I bought that is because I do have the fist mic that I could potentially use as well. But whether I use this in the installation for that hands-free mic is a different matter. I might or I might not. It's not going to take me long to actually fit that, because all I need is a screwdriver and just access to the radio, which is under the driver's seat. So we're going to just pause, and I'm then going to go down to the car and we're going to start this job, because it's not going to take very long. Okay, so I'm down in the car now. What I need to do is take that screw out of there, because that's where I normally would fit these microphones, into this mounting screw for the driver's side sun visor. Now on this car, it has a handle here, so I could probably mount it there, but it might be a bit too much in the way if I try and do that. So I'm going to do it with a sun visor and see how we get on. So I'll just pause whilst I start doing that. Okay, so that didn't take as long as I thought to get it out. So it's a torque screw on that one. And on this car, this second generation Skoda Fabia, that was looks like a T20. Yes, it's a Torx T20 to get that out. So one of the star-shaped ones. So it's a T20 size bit that you need to get that out. So now I've got it out, now I can see if I can get the microphone into place. Okay, so that's the microphone now fitted under there. That's not quite gone back in as flush as it would because obviously it's now got this microphone underneath it. It looks like they've changed the design slightly since I last bought one, because that looks like it's covered in heat shrink rather than being the exposed metal, and the end of it here is also covered in heat shrink. So I think there's been a design change. So that just needs to be pointing roughly in my direction. I mean, if it needs adjustment, it can be adjusted later, but for the time being, that should be fine. So I've got to route the cable out of the way, so like down all the trim and under the seats and everything to get to the control box. And I need to fit the control box to the gear stick just down here. Now, when I was opening that box, I might have given myself a small paper cut, but so far it looks as though I've not liberated any blood. So the idea is that I put the control switch along here. Now on this car, to put it into reverse, you've got to press that down and then move it across like that. So you can't just do that, because that just puts it into first gear. So I'm going to see how the switch fits on here, and then I'll come back to the camera. Okay, so that's the control box on the gear stick there. And this was already in the transmit position when I got it out of the box. So transmits across to the left, receives to the right. There's a buzzer in this, or there's supposed to be, that basically alerts you to the fact you've been waffling a bit. So that's now all set up. It's a different brand on this control box to previous ones. Rather than the Toyocom brand that's on the box, this says Zycom on it. But otherwise, it's fundamentally the same thing. Now, to mount that around the gear stick, what you need to do is you need to take one of the rubber bands. There's 3 sizes, large, medium, and small. This has got the large one on. Put it round the gear stick by hooking part of the rubber ring in one side and then bringing it round and hooking the other end into there. So it kind of looks like there's 2, but there's actually 1. Now, in previous cars, whenever I've put one of these on, it's broken the plastic that holds the gear stick gaiter in place. Now, on this car, that's not going to be a problem, because this is around the solid part of the gear stick rather than actually anywhere on the gaiter. So on all my other cars, I've not been able to do that. So as you can see, put it into first gear or reverse in this case, which it will be reverse because I've actually pushed it down. And that's not going to cause any stress, and also when I'm shifting gears, because in this country, manual transmission is a common thing. That's kind of how it's going to be. So on these cars, Skodas, VWs, Seats, probably Audis as well, it should have a gear stick much like this, and that's pretty much how that will work, and you won't end up breaking the gaiter on your gear stick, which is very good. So now I've done that, I've got to run the connection to the radio and run the wire from the microphone to the connection on this switch box, which is this connection here. And it's just like a little phono connector. So I'm going to pause because it's going to take a while, and I'll get on with that. Okay, so the control box is now in place and connected to the radio. So if the radio was on and I click this across, it would put it into transmit. Now, if I was to put it into transmit now, then there would be no audio because the microphone is yet to be connected, which would connect here on this phono connector. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the wires tucked away and run to the radio and then plugged into the radio, and we'll see what happens. So that's it all in. Like I said, sun visor's not really going to go back into its normal place because the microphone's there. But that shouldn't be a major issue because the sun visor has cleared the windscreen completely from where I'm sitting anyway. So it's not in my way, which is a good thing. It does have a little note holder on it, this one, so it might be useful for when I'm doing some portable ops, put a bit of paper behind there. So it's now all connected. I haven't put the foam windshield on the microphone yet, so I'm going to do that next. That's just in the box. It's just one of these. And I don't like the feel of stuff like that. It's actually smaller than the one that came with my previous ones, I think. So I'll see if I can get it on the end. Yeah, that's now all on. And that's it there. That's the finished product. So if I was to start the car, I'll have to start the car for this because otherwise the radio won't come on. Right, so that's the car now started. Let's move off the repeater and just find a clear channel. Let's use 350. Just give it a quick dab with the key. Yeah, seems to be okay. Seems to be going into transmit. I don't have a radio with me to test anything further, but that's going into transmit okay. It's also started transmitting APRS packets, which is kind of to be expected because I have got the beacon turned on, although I had to turn it off briefly yesterday. Let's see, where's the repeater? See if I need to turn the volume up a bit. And there we go. I'll turn the blower down as well, so don't need it blowing like that. So let's see how we fare. Mike 0, Whiskey November uniform, checking access to GB3IR. Well, as ever, when I'm recording, nobody gets back to me. All right. I do know it's working, and that's the important thing. So it's all installed, working, and hopefully I can now make some mobile contacts. That would be quite useful. I mean, this microphone really needs to be pointing kind of straight at me. That's a bit better the way it's pointing now, theoretically. So that's it just there. There's the radio, currently on GB3IR, and there's the switch box down there. I'm going to have to get rid of some of the rubbish that's in the cup holders, as it were. It's full of receipts and coins, and there's a cup there that needs to be removed, as it were. So anyway, that's that part of the installation done. That was the only outstanding thing I had to do. So that was done without any major problems, maybe apart from a potential paper cut, but I won't worry myself too much about that. So I've now got mobile operation once again. So catch you in the next one. 7-3 for now.